with WrestleMania in complete full swing, and we've done some WrestleMania moments for you guys already, we decided to do kind of a bonus and talk about all the other WrestleManias. We have different experiences that we want to share with you. So I'm going to let Richie start, and then I'm just going to kind of hone in on, you know, I've only been to 3, you've been to 12. So you'll have more stories than I will.
I think you're all done. You did your 3.
I did my 3?
Yes.
So I could leave?
God.
Okay, so go ahead. Tell them about the different ones that you want to talk about.
Well, they're not really memories. Like WrestleMania 10, my dad didn't go. He gave his ticket away to a friend at the time's girlfriend. Basically, during the best match of the night, I didn't even see it because I was reading my magazine, the program, WrestleMania 10 program.
Why are you reading the program and not watching?
Because I wanted my dad to be there.
Okay, so you were missing your dad.
Yeah.
Because he's been to so many with you.
Yeah. It was actually, that was probably the first time I've ever been to a wrestling event without my dad.
And where was WrestleMania 10?
MSG in New York.
Okay, so it was local enough that it wasn't like, you're on a full vacation without him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's why I didn't bring number 10 up, basically.
Because it was fun but sad at the same time, because you weren't with your WrestleMania buddy, if you think about it.
Not WrestleMania buddy, but just my dad. He's been to, like I said, he's been to every event with me until then. So that's why I didn't talk about WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 20, honestly, the coolest thing is me and my dad took a limo to MSG for it. Otherwise, why I didn't talk about it, I fell asleep during one of the matches.
How'd you score a limo?
Well, I don't like driving in New York. And
none of us do.
And my dad didn't want to drive into New York because we were going to get out by midnight.
Right.
And so I know what you're going to say. Well, how about the train?
Or a taxi? A taxi.
From New York to...
Okay, car service, car.
That was a car service. It was a limo.
Oh, but you got a limo instead of a car. That's why I was like...
No, it was a limo service, but we got a town car.
Ah.
Yeah, my dad didn't want to drive. I didn't want to drive, so that's what we did. Like I said, I fell asleep during one of the matches. The train, that's right. We looked for the scheduling when it's leaving, and the last train was at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, but the show
didn't end till 11.
So that one.
So we saw a bunch of fans leaving before the main event started.
See, that stinks. They didn't time that well.
No, I don't know if it's the train or was it, I don't know who it was. WrestleMania 25, it was in Houston. Like I said in the previous one, we were basically sitting on the 20-yard line, couldn't see anything except for the screen.
Who?
And so that's why I didn't talk about that one. And then the Hall of Fame, that's the year that Steve Austin went into the Hall of Fame. Everybody had 5 minutes to talk. They weren't letting them talk, do their stories.
Really?
So that wasn't my favorite WrestleMania.
Okay.
27 was in Georgia, Atlanta, the Georgia Dome. The hotel was right near the Georgia Dome. Dolph Ziggler was in my coming home after WrestleMania on the Tuesday after Raw. Dolph Ziggler was in the same shuttle that I was in going to the airport. But
I'm assuming you didn't say hi. You left him alone.
Yeah, I didn't.
We do.
I didn't. It was funny though. I think he thought I was going to talk to him because he went into the back where it was all crowded.
Trying to get away from you.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was trying to get away from me, but I could have moved over, but he never asked. But you know what? everybody was trying to get his autograph, and I just said when we are getting our luggage out of the trunk, yeah, you did a great show.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
He probably appreciated you not bombarding him, but giving him like, like attaboy.
yeah. I'm not that. Yeah,
Well,
yes, yes, yes. 28 Miami. Um, that was a good show, but it wasn't. Everything was so spread out. The access wasn't on South Beach, and South Beach is great, but trying to get from our hotel was like half an hour. Like me and my dad we got there, I think a Thursday morning. We went to the Miami Heat, Dallas Mavericks game that night.
mm-hmm.
I mean, that was cool. The show was cool and great. Good, not great. But like I said, everything was so spread out. The stadium, I don't know what it was called, but now it's called Hard Rock Stadium. That was 35 minutes away from our.
I feel like with wrestling and WrestleMania, it should all be in a specific location. You shouldn't have to go more than like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people travel and they don't have ways of driving and transportation.
Yeah, well, that's why.
But that's my thought.
That's why. That's why I think they have buses now.
That makes sense. What other WrestleManias you got up your sleeve, sir? Well, that's it for WrestleMania. We could put that to bed because we've gone over all the WrestleManias that Richie's gone to and that I've gone to. But stay tuned because we're going to have one more sit down. Well, we'll have a couple more sit downs, but the next sit down is going to be of different independent shows, and I'm going to call it conventions, right? That we've been to that we wanted to talk to you about. So we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye bye.